You know, I've just never seen anything like it. 25 years at bedside. Post-traumatic stress is real. It's suffered by a lot of people in medicine and firemen and police officers and whatnot and soldiers. I've treated it, and I have it. I'll be the first one to admit. I came home last night, and Professor Levy at MIT, well-versed in safety, risk management, and bioengineering, yada, yada, yada. He's calling for immediate halt of these mRNA shots because it's hurting kids. So it's very alarming when you go up to Walgreens and you see just a layperson that is bought into the propaganda taking their kids for a jab. You know, I was in the ER at Mississippi Baptist Medical Center, and this kid came in. His mom brought him in from Chuck E. Cheese. He had fallen out and needed some stitches. He was a little pale. She said he thought he had the flu or something like that. We sewed him up, put him on the monitor, watched him for a bit, gave him some fluids. I'm going towards discharge, and all of a sudden the mom screams out in horror. I go in there, I look at the monitor. The kid's in VTAC. I'm like, holy shit. His eyes are rolled back in his head. I call the code. We coded and coded and coded and coded that kid. Shocked him and shocked him and shocked him. And couldn't get him out of VTAC. We called down at University Medical Center Children's Hospital for cardiology consult, pediatric cardiologist. Dr. Heath jumped on that ambulance and did CPR all the way down there at University, and they never could get that kid out of VTAC, and he died. It's very traumatic when you lose the kids. It just shouldn't happen. And myocarditis in young people is not something you want to play with. I don't know what the autopsy showed on that kid, if they did one. Could have been myocarditis. This was 2005, but either way, what is alarming to me and others is the numbers on these mRNA shots and the safety signals being thrown everywhere. And it's not just one professor at MIT calling for the immediate halt of these jabs. It's just not efficacious to be jabbing these children. And it's just, it's evil, it's sinister. I can't imagine. If you lose a child, there's instances of people losing kids to the vaccine itself, bawling their eyes out. And I've got friends who are, well, how come mom didn't fall dead? Well, there's a lot of variables. You know, and it's like this age that we're living in, just greed. Everybody's turning a blind eye. And I don't understand it. Even the FAA has changed their EKG recommendations for pilots. And you got pilots that are vax injured. And nobody's listening to them. It blows my mind, y'all. Wake up and pray. It's the only thing I know to tell anybody. But it's very alarming to a lot of us in the medical field, because we're watching our colleagues speak on this and the politicians are deaf. I had a patient yesterday, a little old lady. She says, I don't think I'm going to take that fourth shot. And I said, ma'am, from my reading, I would not. But what do I know? And why should I care? I'm just a nurse. It's maddening, y'all. You know, one of my jobs as a nurse is to actually study pharmacology. And, you know, if I go to the drug locker, I need to know what I'm giving.